Hi everyone, it's Carrie. I just wanted to do a quick little video on my swap for the Your Paper Pantry Choose Your Favorite Fictional Character Journal Swap, and that was hosted by Ellen and my partner is Veronica, and she wanted Eliza Doolittle from My Fair Lady. And I'd never seen the book before, seen the movie before, so I went and watched it on YouTube. I actually found it. That was the only place I could find it. And I thought it was a love story, but turns out it's not a love story, so who knew? Anyways, if you don't know the story of My Fair Lady, basically it's this rich man, well, these two rich men, they make a bet, not really like for money or anything, but they make a bet that the one man can't turn a flower girl, a poor flower girl, into a lady. So that's basically what the movie's about, teaching her how to speak properly because she has a really heavy, like, Cockney British accent. So anyways, that's my little background. So here's the book that I made for Veronica, and I got this book on Amazon. It's a vintage, well, vintage as you can get. It's 50s, maybe 60s. Anyways, it was like an 8x10. It was a really large book. I thought that I was actually buying like the story, but turns out I was buying a movie, you know, like a book about the movie itself. Like, here's the rest of it that's Eliza Doolittle when she was the flower girl there. So basically it's just still shots from the movie and about the characters. That's the two men that made the bet, Mr. Pickering and Henry Higgins. He's the I guess a linguist, is that what you call him? Somebody who studies language and dialect and all that stuff. So yeah, so anyways, it was this still shot book, but I still used the pictures from it because they were pretty cool. Alright, anyways, let's go. So I cut it down because it was just too big. It was hard for me to fit that much, you know, make it all fat and juicy like this with it being a big book like that. So here's a charm. I believe this is from a charm swap, and I think that this was made by Teresa. I'm sorry if that's not right, but oh, I guess I'll be fixing that. So it's a little domino, and I glued it to the cover so that it wouldn't swing all over the bar and stuff, and it's just tied on the ring so it slides back and forth with the cover. And some lace from the lace swap, really pretty lace. And this is one of the Michael's frames, and I took the back off of it and the plastic, and I rubbed it down with some black paint and then wiped it off just to get kind of an antique look to it. A bunch of little flowers and a feather here because this was the Edwardian period, and women, the hats were just crazy, like huge, like hats that you see people wear like at the Kentucky Derby, you know, just huge, flamboyant, flowery, ridiculous hats. So surprisingly, the dresses were a little more, you know, conservative, but the hats were crazy. The dresses were still crazy, but not as crazy as the hats. Okay, so inside, this is just the cover of the inside cover of the book. I put some book binding fabric stuff on both sides just to make it more sturdy. This is just like a little bookmarky tag because this was in the book. It said My Fair Lady on it. And then some vintage pictures that I got off the internet. And then I tea-dyed, need a reinforcer there. I tea-dyed all the pages, the music pages and the journaling type pages that I put in here. So I'll fix that. So this page, it just has this little flap that opens up, and here's some of the crazy hats that people wore. These ones are actually pretty mellow. And this is just craft paper. And this was some parasols that I found on the internet. I thought it was kind of a cool picture, and parasols were kind of a big thing then too. This little pocket is made with a a guitar string pouch that my son plays guitar, so he has a whole bunch of these, and I was like, what can I do to fix that? So yeah, the back of it has the words on it, but you can't see that. And these are liquid pearls. I got these in a swap with Loretta Harwell, and I don't know why. I thought they were just like dimensional paint or something, so I didn't use them for a while because I just didn't know what they were. And then I tried them and I love them. She sent me all three of these, black, silver, and then this blue, light blue. But they are so awesome. They make like this perfect little flat back pearl. So if you ever see them, that's what they are. And they're made by Viva Decor, and they're super awesome. You can totally control the size of your pearl too, so you can make a little tiny one or a bigger one. And just a little Prima flower there. These are just some tags from the still shot book. I backed them with paper that I used. I used the lyric collection from Prima. This is watercolor paper that I tea-dye, and this is ledger, like some vintage ledger paper that I had, and I left it big so that it's like a little flap open. And another little image. This was an image from the book that I cut out and made it like a little bookmark size. And another image, and this quote says, "The difference between a lady and a flower girl is not how she behaves, but how she is treated." So there's just a little, that's with the washi tape there. This is some vintage paper that I got. Oh no, I don't know what it's at. Anyways, I really like the cover. I found it at an antique store, and it's like a vintage school pad, but it's really cool. It's like the recycly look paper, but anyways, this is an envelope that I altered. I put the lyrics to one of the main songs, I Could Have Danced All Night. And then it's got a little picture over here, and then it opens up, and this is the scene from, I believe this is the final dance scene, because it was a musical. A lot of singing and, you know, some dancing and little scenes like that. And then this is a picture from that, where she became a lady. I'm going to put some of that little imitation bling stuff on it, because it matches her dress, was like all beady and beautiful. So, and I found this little thing online. I thought it was kind of cute. It's like a little silhouette somebody made. It's like people that make movie posters, you know, just their own little thing. And it's got a silhouette of her as the lady and her of a silhouette as the flower girl. And it's on there with a tiny attacher, and it pops up. And this flower I thought looked exactly like the one on her dress right here. So I was like, ooh, fancy. I love this flower. I've been hoarding it forever. Okay, next. Okay, I made these little round pockets right here. There's just some little tags. There's another one of the ones with the hats. It's a different picture though. This one's just got a little pull out on it. Nothing fancy. Some tags tucked behind here. This is like a little pull down. Or that paper. This one, I put a little feather. It's got a little, what do you call this tag? Seven Gypsies. And then there's a little flower here. This one's more like in yellow colors. I tried to stick with like the black and white and pink colors. So there's just a little tag in this little pocket. Some graph paper. This one is just a little pocket, side pocket. And then I cut this doily out on my Pazzles machine, and I was like, there's no way I'm gonna get that thing off of the mat, but I did in one whole piece. I was so surprised. It's so tiny and delicate. So anyways, I just tacked it down right there. It's still loose everywhere else. I'm like, how do you glue that down? I don't even know. Okay, more music paper, lyric paper, parasols. This was a black die cut that I stamped it, and then I put like this stuff, the Pearl-X powder on it. I actually think it was this pink one too. And then you put UT over it and melt it on there, and it makes like a, I don't know if you can see, it's really shimmery, but I like that effect. And then a phonograph, a vintage phonograph, because that was a big tool in the movie that he used to teach her how to speak properly. He would make her listen to it and herself over and over and over and over and over again, so until she got it right. And craft paper, blank paper, music paper, fancy hats. This is from the movie. It's really, I don't know why. It says, "Come on, Dover, move your bloomin' arse," because this was her first test, and she went to a big horse race, and to see if she was a lady yet. And yeah, she started out as a lady, and then she somebody gave her their bet ticket on this horse, Dover, and so she was just cheering him on a little, got a little happy about it. Here's another picture from that scene. Some tags. I just put some little tickets in here, stamp the backs of them. A little feather on that one because there's a feather in her hat right there. Let's see, some paper. Another one of those ledger papers that I put the feather on the picture. This is from the movie scene, or from the horse race scene. I love the outfit she had on for that one. It was so pretty. It was all black and white. Then there's a little tag with this little pocket here. More tags. This was some vintage lace that I got in a rack too. I just got like tons and tons of it. I used it on everything. See, look at this is just like part of it. There's still another roll of it somewhere. I like it. So these are both tags just tucked behind it. And then this was one of the this was the ending scene. This was the last scene. But see, he was like an old guy and she was a young woman, so it was never like about, you know, a love story or anything like that. So, and then this is a quote from the song that he was singing. He didn't really sing, he kind of just like sang, whatever. It says, "Her smiles, her frowns, her ups, her downs are second nature to me now, like breathing out and breathing in." It's called "I've Grown Accustomed to Her Face." So here's the little sheet music from that. I don't know why it is so blurry. Just a little card, another one of those 7 gypsies. It's focusing on this page, but not this one. A little vintage bingo card. This was one of the first scenes when she came in and asked him to tutor her, and he decided to do it, and she was all messy, but she said that she was clean because she washed her hands and face. So these are the maids trying to give her a bath, and she kept screaming, "I'm a good girl, I am!" So I can't do a Cockney voice, but it was pretty obnoxious. And then this was, they were dancing when she first got there, and she was singing "I Could Have Danced All Night," which is like a big song from there, that movie. And then this is a little dress stamp that Roxy gave me. I love this stamp. It's really cool. And just some junk on there. Oh, what's in here? Oh, some little stamps. This is watercolor paper, craft paper, some tags I made. This little teapot, because it's done in England, so what British person doesn't drink tea, right? More pepper, little pepper, another doily that I cut out. This one, some tags, paper, more fancy hats, and then this was from the opening scene. It was like on the streets of London when in the morning when they were getting all ready for the flowers, and the, you know, all the common people were getting ready for the shops and stores and stuff. And she was singing this song, "Lots of chocolates for me to eat, lots of coal making lots of heat, warm face, warm hands, warm feet, oh wouldn't be lubberly." Now I have that song stuck in my head for like the past 2 weeks. It's great. So, oops. I just put a doily down and sprayed that, and then I just kind of smushed it around. I like the color of it. It matched her little scarfy thing. And then this is Henry Higgins, when she finally got it. By George, she's got it. This was actually out of the book, and I just made this silhouette of a, you know, proper gentleman. And then this was the, I made this phonograph, and this was a big line from the movie The Rain in Spain Stays Mostly in the Plane. But she said it, how did she say it? The rain in Spain stays mostly in the plane. I don't know. She said it stupid, though. I mean, silly. Yeah. She said it different. Now she says it right. It's all good. Okay, little parasol that I cut out. Just some little feathers. Paper. Ugh, I need to put reinforcers. That's the bad thing about using the vintage paper. It's very brittle. Okay, some bling-a-bling here, and the end. That is the end. And the back, I did nothing. Yay, nothing. But it does stand up. See? Fancy. Ta-da. All kinds of goodness on the sides. So, yeah, I'm going to go back and fix a couple things I just broke during this video. And then I will get it right in the mail to Veronica. This was a really super fun swap. I hope that LMB does it again, because I liked it. So, alright, come over to yourpaperpantry.ning.com. We have lots of cool swaps there, and we're gearing up in a couple days for our Halloween fall spooktacular, and tons of swaps and prizes and challenges and all kinds of crazy stuff going on there. So I hope that you come join us. Thanks.